So if you're looking to get into Cairn on TTS, I've thrown together this table just for that. So to start off, here is what your players are going to see. On their left is this scripted dice tower. The results are going to show up for everyone in the lobby. Down here they have a little footlocker with their notepad and some rules. Here they have their backpack sheet, some space dice if they really want to throw them around. These don't show up in chat. They get one of each. A small spot for their minis if they have any. And here is their character sheet. This does not save. When you load it in, it's going to be blank every time. So keep that in mind. Take a screenshot of it after each session. And here is a quick view behind the DM screen from the perspective of a player. It's completely hidden. And here's what a DM sees behind the screen. Over here, you're going to see all of these infinite bags, each filled with categorized item tokens. Over here is dropped items and weapons, self-explanatory, that's what they represent, you just drop them on the map. These are not going to be on the workshop page, they're just for my campaign. I'm going to go over world building resources at the end. This playlist loader is also going to be there, and one world as well. Here we have a lightsaber, which is just lighting presets that you can figure out. If you want to edit it in any way, here is the instructions, you just gotta right click it. The blindfold is locked onto it so it doesn't float off when you pick it up. It just blindfolds everyone, you can figure that one out. Just some coins, they are stackable, they come in stacks of 10 if you want to use physical air quotes coins. These are exactly the same as the D&D 5e map, so I didn't change anything there. I just added this bag with note cards and these two guys for figuring out scale when I'm building a map. Here we have except for these, which are just regular old tables that you could change out for something you may need otherwise. Here is the PDF, the entire Cairn PDF, and it's flanked on either side with note cards that I use quite often. Over here we've got enemy trackers. So I made these, they're pretty rudimentary. You can change their value by clicking on the text, or you can just go up and down by clicking on their actual names of the categories. If you have a lot of enemies, you could also right click on these base plates behind them and you can rename them to keep things neat. Over here is the DM's dice tower. It's the same as everyone else. And over here you've got your space dice. And this row is all scripted, so when you throw them on the floor, they're gonna show up like that in chat as well, and your calculator as well. I put this here right above the dice tower to keep things easy to manage in combat. It just speeds things up a ton. And here above the map, you're going to see your weather controls. So this blue rectangle here is going to be your clouds, and these are your rain and snow generators. They're on either side to be able to cover up the whole map. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the playlist loader. It basically just works off of your playlist tab here. As you can see, I only have one song here, so I'm just going to go to save lobby playlist as disk, and it's going to give us one of these. And as you can see, it just has this link on it. However, if you want to, let's say, add some different playlists, you just add them here, and then you can just export them as this vinyl here. So you can just add them, and then you can cycle through them inside of the loader. And let's say I want this one, and it's going to load up all of these onto the loader itself. And then you're going to do replace music playlist, and then that's going to replace everything here. And then you can, of course, just click play and go on about your business. So that's how that works. And this is how one world is going to look for you when you get the table off of Workshop. So it's going to have this eye icon. You're going to click that, and that's going to initialize the plugin. If you want to add your own map, you're going to hit clear to clear the grid off the table. And you're going to hit this little arrow here and press new. That's going to spawn this token. You're going to see it's called name of zone, SBX underscore name of zone. You're going to want to keep the SBX part and just replace name of zone. So that's what's going to, if you replace SBX, if you just delete that, it's not going to work anymore. So if you press custom, right click in custom, and then you import whatever image it is you want to use. Let's say this one. Hit cloud and upload. When it's done loading, hit import, and there you have your map. You're just going to drop this onto the surface. It doesn't matter what orientation it is, it's always going to go the same way. There it is. You're going to see this little X spawn every time you import a new map. This is what's going to link different worlds together. So you're going to go back to the basic grid. You can navigate with each side of this globe here. And you go on basic grid. And you can just plop this down wherever. And you can now go to that map through this link. And there you have it. You're going to see that the map doesn't quite reach the edge here. That there's this little black sliver. You're going to have to find a good size map. But if you just want to fill in those gaps, you can just press this fit frame button and go back to your link, and you're gonna see it stretched it over and filled out the whole map. If you want to flip the map in other orientations, you've got these buttons. And that should be it as far as one world goes. As I've mentioned before, in regards to world building, if you want a one-stop shop for almost everything you'd need to put on your maps, or some tools you might need, there is this workshop page that I'm going to put on screen right now, which is basically just this massive bag with absolutely anything and everything that you might need. It's pretty wild how organized it is and how useful it's been to me. So also another thing, keep in mind that the zone for the DM, you can make it quite a bit bigger, quite a bit taller I mean, because it's just this tall, and if your camera is above it, it's going to spawn objects above this zone. So keep that in mind. That's for you to change if you want to. But yeah, this is extremely useful. I've used it a ton, and I still haven't even went through every single object because there's so many of them. If you just want one thing to fill out all of your world building needs, this is it, and most of it still works. So I haven't found too many things that are broken or just not loading in, or the model's missing or anything. So I would definitely recommend this. If you're gonna use minis in your game, there's a few routes you can go. These two on the left here are from the bag I just showed. It's got a bunch of untextured and textured minis that you can plop down on your player's desk. If you want to go more custom, if you have a specific setting in mind or something that you can't find on the workshop, can fill in that role. There is Hero Forge, of course, but it's quite expensive if you're just gonna buy one. You could get a subscription, which is, I don't know, so it's like 15 to 20 bucks a month, and you get 5 free downloads of custom minis, which is all right if you calculate on price per mini, and especially if your players pitch in. You could have, everyone can have their own special minis, and you could make your own NPCs and stuff. But that's for you to decide. It's on the table though. Another quick tip is that, for example, one of my players has a character that uses both a longsword and a bow. If you don't want to have two separate minis, you could select both of them and go to create states. So that's gonna make it so you can have both of them on one single mini. And that's it when it comes to the table. If you have any questions in regards to Cairn itself, you can go on the Discord and ask there. There's a bunch of people willing to help you out. If you're new to DMing in general, like me, I found these resources on screen. These guys, they've helped me out a ton. They're not, Cairn specific or D&D specific. They're just extremely good to broaden your horizons a bit. Other than that, everything I've mentioned here is going to be in the description below. Everything I've used for the table is going to be on the Steam Workshop page, and I hope you have a good one.